I'm just gonna get started and um, people can hop on and it's always recorded, so if they miss the first part, no big deal. So today I'm riding solo. Bella is not with me because she's helping out with the Bridge to Brighter, so you're stuck with me. If anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If I'm going too fast, tell me to slow down, unmute yourself. Today is more just, let's say, a brainstorming activity of behind the scenes ideas and why that can help you with bigger engagement on your social media. Cool. So, um, I'm really excited about today's topic because it's something that really anybody can do, especially newer agents. So basically, we just want you to show up online. Yes, it's really easy to talk about your open houses or the listings that you have, but it doesn't separate you from other agents. Like anybody can say, "Oh, open house on Friday, like come visit me." And that's all good and well, but we want to know you. We want to connect with you as a realtor, as a consumer, because I don't have a real estate license, like I want to know what I could possibly talk to you about. So I love authenticity. I absolutely love when people post about their dogs. Like I am a dog person, so tell me that it's your dog's birthday, something like that. I love when people are real, like, oh my gosh, I had a flat tire, it set my whole day awry. Like, tell me these things. It's interesting. It's a way for me to start up a conversation with you, to connect with you. Um, and that's just the truth behind these behind the scenes content is people want to connect with you more than they want to connect with a for sale graphic. Like, yeah, people might be like, oh, cool, for sale, but if you're posting something like something big is happening, people are more likely to be like, oh my gosh, I'm in the same boat, or oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening to you. So you're just going to get more engagement and people are going to think about you and your situation a little bit more. And I also put in algorithms love authenticity. They're going to look like Instagram in particular loves a day in the life. Like they like to see you and not necessarily content of houses because that feels very salesy. But when you're talking about yourself, like Instagram is a platform of sharing. They want to see you, they want to know your story. So they're more likely to show that on that your for you page. And then trust is built in the in-between moments. Like I was saying, like what are you doing before your listing? Have you memorized your client's Starbucks orders? Like these are fun little things that show your audience that you can build trust with your clients. And then consistent posting, regardless of the exact number of stories or reels, is just really crucial for engagement. An Instagram story is so easy to just like throw up there. Really, really easy to add links or I guess you could call them like polls just to get people to interact with your story. And I know for me, if I interact with somebody's story multiple times, like they're going to show up first on my Instagram feed. So if you can get a consistent group of people looking at your Instagram story, they might not necessarily be reaching out, but you're still top of mind and they're still getting to know you, which is really important. And then I put down in the bottom, like think about the influencers that you follow and would you reach out based on their content? So I like to think about Alex Earl is kind of big in at least my world, at least I see her all over my Instagram. Yes, her brand is like clothing and fashion, but she seems like a genuine and real human being. Like she got famous because she talked about plastic surgery that she had. And before that, it was kind of hush hush. But then she was like, no, I did plastic surgery. Ask me about it. And she just got real with her audience. So I think that drew a lot of people to her and gave her the audience and the following that she has. So she can be professional and she has amazing content, but then she can also be real, and that's why people like her. Same with Emma Chamberlain. She also has her brand, her coffee brand, but she's just a real and genuine human being. She's really funny. Like she posts mistakes that she's made or like fails, just like genuine human things. because we always see these people and celebrities like, oh my gosh, they're amazing, but they're humans too. So that's something to keep in mind. Um, let's see here. What is behind the scenes content? So everyday moments in your real estate life, real, raw, or even routine, something that makes you relatable. And then you can post them kind of in two different ways. You can do stories or you can do reels. I think these three pictures down here are, one of them is an agent, and then other two are just other influencers that I follow on Instagram. But people, sorry, lost my train here. So behind the scenes is any type of media that gives your audience a sneak peek into your real, unpolished everyday life. The stuff that people don't normally see, the stuff that's not glamorized on Instagram, and that's what makes it engaging. Why it works is because people love seeing the process, not just your perfectly polished listing or result. It builds trust, connection, and authenticity. The key is to not overthink it. As you can see in these pictures, like they're not the most professional pictures. Some of the lighting is funny, like there's scratches on the mirror or there's whatever wrappers in the bottom of your car. Like people want to see the casual side of you. For the most part, it's self-filmed and it's spontaneous, so it kind of feels like people are along with you for the ride. Just a little difference between if you should post it on your story or on your reel. Stories are temporary. They're only up for 24 hours. They're designed to just be like quick highlights of your day. So it's super nice for like if you're out on the park and you see this really cute dog, like that's a super quick, oh, put it on your story. Do you like golden doodles or do you like golden retrievers? Easy to engage with your audience. It's mostly visible to the audience that you've already built. If you're public, yes, it'll be visible to them, but if you're following, it shows up on the top of your Instagram feed. And so you're already targeting the audience that you've built, which is nice. So you're just fostering more of a relationship. And there's a wide range of elements that you can add to a story. As you can see, you can tag people, you can add little emojis, you can change the color, the font. There's just so many things that you can do to personalize your story that it's such a fantastic tool to use. And then I love when people do either a quick tutorial or announce a new product, or they do teasers like, oh, final touches on this brand new listing, like photos dropping tomorrow. Super easy way to just like throw something up there and get your audience thinking about you. Also a Q&A session, super fun. Absolutely love to tap through stories and give my opinion on things. I'm sure I'm not alone on that. So I think Charlie does like, actually a lot of people do the would you rather, and they do like a mid-century modern or farmhouse cottage. Like, it's interesting to see what other people think. And as a consumer, I love to click buttons. It's an easy way to engage with people. Versus the reels, these are permanent. They obviously show up on your page. The content is easily searchable. You can also find it on the For You page if somebody is enjoying content that's like yours. The possibility of it showing up on their For You page or just on their reel feed is pretty high. It's typically more polished. It doesn't have to be. There will be a few examples that I'll show you, but for the most part, it's a little bit more thought through. It's not necessarily posting as you go throughout your day. It's more of a like collection of all of the videos or pictures that you took throughout a day, and then you like post it the next day type of situation. So it's not a active or live moment. It's also really nice to expand your reach. So like I said, it's on your profile, but the odds of people who don't follow you seeing your reel are a lot higher versus just a story. And then it's nice if you want to follow along with trends like dance trends or skits. I'll talk about it a little later, but like what's in your purse trend, just trends in general, more of a reel thing than a story. And you could also, like if you decided to post a reel, you can also tease that on your story. So always extra ways to get more engagement. Yeah, let's move on. So here are 7 high engagement ideas, and we're going to go through some examples or ideas of why these work. And then at the very end, I'll kind of go through Instagram, and there's a ton of agents that I highlight throughout this slide. We're just going to look a little bit more on their pages just to see what they're doing. So a day in your life, super easy, super engaging. What you're learning, workplace and tools, client wins or challenges, listing prep, your why or your real estate story, and then personal and professional tie-ins. So day in your life is definitely the easiest. It is your morning coffee. You're touring a home. You're running late. You're filming your kids being kids. I think yesterday when I was creating this, there was probably 10 or 15 agents who were like, my kid's waking up at 5:30 in the morning, or why did I get a kid yelling about a tomato at 4 a.m.? Just like kids are so relatable to anybody who has kids. And even for somebody who doesn't, I think about like, oh, I wouldn't want to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. So it's super simple, and you might think it sounds cheesy, but we love to see it. Like, you're a human being too. Like, you've been up since 5:30 in the morning, but you have a listing appointment in XYZ. Like, we can empathize with the fact that you're a family person and that you have a life outside of real estate. Um, People are also super curious about what happens in a realtor's life. Like, majority of people work a 9 to 5, and granted, I know it's glorified a little bit, but realtors have this flexible schedule and get to do whatever they want. But that's kind of your turn to show them, like, yes, it might be flexible, but I do 27 million things in a given day because I have such a flexible schedule. So people are always curious about what behind the scenes are happening. Like, they also love to gather inspiration about the different ways of living and how to change their life. Like, people want to see what you're like, how you've decided to stage a listing. Like, they're taking that inspiration from you and thinking like, oh, maybe I should do a kitchen renovation. Like, this person decided that the pink backsplash looks really good and my kitchen kind of looks similar. So things like that just get people thinking and possibly engaging with you and then maybe reaching out to you. Um, and let's see. Oh, it's also a really great form of relaxation. Like, I really, really enjoy the aesthetic videos of people restocking their fridges or like meal prepping for the week. So I know that it has nothing to do with whatever products they're trying to sell, but it's just a way to calm your brain, because majority of the time people are scrolling on Instagram at night, and it's a way to calm yourself down before you go to bed. So just something like noises are really fun. I can't remember. Oh, like I can't think of the name, but like, when people do like when they brush their hair and they make all of the noises and they're tapping on things, just different things to gather people's attention are fun to create. You can make that a day in your life, like super easy. And then remember that value over volume. So there is a fine line between posting your day in the life and then absolutely spamming your Instagram story. There is a significant drop off between your first post to your second post, and then it just like really exponentially drops off after 2 or 3. So, yes, you can reach very targeted audiences, but really think about the content that you're putting out there, just as a word of advice. And then as you can see, these are all our agents. We'll kind of talk through more of them, but this little bar right here is like your saved reels. So you have the opportunity to pin your reels to your Instagram profile, which is super nice. So that way people can always go back and look at them. I know when I'm first following somebody, if they have them, I'm gonna tend to click through them, especially if you have a dog. Like this one says fur babies. She likes to travel. This is her lifestyle page. Like just really easy hits of things that people can watch to get to know you without ever having a conversation with you. What you're learning. So classes, webinars, books, or team meetings. I know that we have a team meeting every Tuesday. So if you come in person, it could be kind of cool to show like, look at all of these realtors I get to collab with. If you go to a coffee shop to do your team meeting, like what's your order? You know, like your coffee order and then your screen, like love my team meetings. Books are really nice. I'm a bookworm. I love to know what people are reading. I love a good book recommendation. Um, yeah, we just want to know that you're learning. Mistake, especially, we want to know the mistakes that you've learned from, or any helpful hacks or mindset shifts. So people really want to know that you're human too. People take to social media in a way of comparison. So it can be very validating when you share stories about mistakes that you've made and how you've learned from them. On the other hand, people are also super nosy. It can be comforting to know that you, as a real estate expert, are still learning things. And it can be super cool for them to see, like, oh, okay, they're still going to put in the time to learn about, I don't know, buyer contingencies or whatever, how to write a more aggressive uh offer. Sorry, I'm not licensed, so I don't know. I don't know all the things, but like it's cool. Like on my end, I could be like, oh, okay, they're really learning more so that they can serve their clients better. And then like on the left-hand side, it's okay to be human. Like you've been feeling off and then you've decided, oh, okay, I'm going to start giving more me time. Like that's a situation that almost everybody can relate to. You're feeling burnt out from your job. Like, yeah, this is a normal thing. Like everybody feels burnt out. How are you going to, take time for yourself and then come back better and stronger? So, awesome ideas. We'd love to know what you're learning and especially mistakes and how you're coming back from them. Workplace tools. So what's in your bag? What planner do you use? Do you have certain platforms or apps that you love or literally cannot stand? We want to know. People are nosy. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I know a while back there was a trend that was like, what's in your bag? Or sorry, like what's in your purse? And I know that's a little bit more geared towards the women, but KW, like the National Keller Williams did it on their Instagram. And it was a really fun trend because you can kind of just bombard people and see like, oh yeah, I also keep my water bottle in my bag. Or you could get cool stories out of it, like, oh, I will always keep a hammer in my bag because one time I was at a listing and XYZ happened and I needed a hammer, so therefore I'll never leave the house without a hammer. Like, if you have something fun or quirky that you have on you, like that's a great way to showcase that you're different and this is what sets you apart from others. Um, Also just like give us your to-do list. What's your agenda today? You can see down here that you had to drop off marketing and listings, then you had a showing, and then you had camp pickup. Like, what's going on? Again, like we're nosy. And then if you post an agenda, it's super easy for you to then go back to your story and be like, workout completed, on to whatever. Like it's a way to continue to keep people engaged. And um, over here we have Sarah with her best paint touch-up hack. So hers is a reel, which is nice because it'll always stay on her Instagram, but she could always highlight it on her story if she wanted a quick hit of like, do you ever scuff up the corner of your wall? Watch this video. Like super easy. Next page, client wins or challenges. Tell the story of the moment, not just the outcome. Maybe your client found the one after 8 offers, or maybe you had to pivot fast. Share the human part, share the raw and vulnerable emotions. In my opinion, this is really one of the easiest ways to gain trust and encourage others to reach out to you because you all have client stories. Obviously, leave out the big information, protect your buyer privacy, but give your audience something to laugh about or something to cry about. At sitting at the front desk, I see so many emotions, so many touching stories of like people crying and like needing to come out to get a tissue or something, or, really cool connections of grandparents or older siblings, or just like really funny oopsie moments that can so easily be highlighted because I enjoy it just sitting watching you close. Like, I know that your audience is going to enjoy it too. So, why not share it with everybody else? Like, it just makes you so much more human and so relatable. All of these are clients that, or sorry, agents that we have in our office, like talking about experiences of their buyers being patient or how they met their realtors. It's just fun to be able to see, like, oh, that's how you get your clients? Or like, oh my gosh, how touching that you bought your grandma's old house, something along those lines. So make it about the journey, not about the sale. Next, we have listing prep equals gold. I love staging day footage. Um, my favorite thing ever is when people take me for a ride to Target or to TJ Maxx because I'm a little bit of a shopaholic. And if I get to come along with you and see what you're buying for your new listing, I get really excited. I'm like, yeah, let's go to TJ Maxx. Let's go find that lamp to go in the perfect spot in your new listing. So super easy content because you're already there. You're already looking for whatever this item is. Might as well pull out your phone, make it a game for us. Give us options. There's just so much content when it comes to listing prep. You can also take us along of your like festivities or your when you get the listing photos, like when you're taking those listing photos, what are you doing? There's just so much goes into the prep when you have a listing. We want to see it. We want to know how you get this house amazing and how your listing photos turn out so well. So these photos can also turn into a super easy way for you to tease these homes. So down in this left-hand corner, like styling to perfection, we're ready. Like we want to know what your listing looks like because already can tell that that kitchen looks immaculate. Just like super easy ways to be top of mind on your client's Instagram feed, and they're going to want to come back to you. They're going to want to know how it went. Oh, also before and after transformations. Who doesn't love a good before and after transformation? Like this, my mom will send them to me all the time of like, should we do this to the front of our house? And it's like just adding a porch or like changing the backsplash, adding wallpaper, painting something. Like they're just so fun to see how beautiful these small little touches can do. I eat it up personally, so I know that other other followers will also love that content. Um, your why or your real estate story. When people first join Keller Williams, we love to ask them their why, so that can be a good starting point. Or if you don't want to go into that, you could do like what keeps you going or what do people know about you. I know a while back we were kind of featuring why, I think during Bold of last year, I was going around asking people like what is your why? And some of these are really touching stories like they um they just want financial freedom for their family, or they really couldn't stand a desk job, so they needed something more human facing. People are doing it to kind of like prove that you don't need to go to college. Like there are other alternatives than getting a degree. Like there's so many cool stories out there, and it's another easy way to connect with an audience. Like on the left-hand side, we're so excited for Donovan, who just hit 10K followers. Like, that's awesome. Like, way to be real with us that, you're educating and you're pushing out better and better content because now you've reached this milestone and you're going to move on and you're going to get bigger, and these are the goals that you have. Verche also is on the right, and she is talking about the group of women who support her and the industry and her team. There's just really cool content. And sometimes I feel like agents are so driven on the sales and houses that they don't talk about themselves. But we want to know about you. Like, I want to know about your team, about your kids, about your grandparents. Like, there's so much content just in yourself. You just can't be shy, and you got to be willing to be able to share your story. This goes well with your personal tie-ins. So you show your stuff, show your dog, your walk, your kid's lunchbox, add fun captions like back to work, headed to a showing, like super easy stuff to just get people thinking. These little windows into your life that help build connections with agents or with clients. Especially if you're comfortable sharing your family and your daily activities, these can be super easy ways to become more personal on your account. You're already going to the grocery store, you might as well just snap a picture of it. Or I really love, I had to include Jess Annabelle's picture down here with her on the um I don't, not tightrope, but slack line of like, oh my gosh, like good for her. I literally could never do that. So just cute personal things that make you think like, oh my gosh, they are a human too. They're not always on their listing grind. They're not always talking to clients. So cute, fun ideas. Um, oh, and I also love to know what people's hobbies are. Like if you have a painting hobby, what are you painting? Or taekwondo, like it's cool to know what other people are doing. And also, if your hobby is unique, it's something that people can connect with you on. People are more likely to reach out and be like, oh my gosh, wait, I didn't know you did Tai Chi. How did you get into this? Or like, my grandfather taught at XYZ place. Do you know him? Like, more connections happen when you are human. I feel like I do sound like a broken record, but you're like, don't think just cut posts. You're not too boring, you're relatable. It's not unprofessional. Authenticity is professional because you're not lying to your clients. You're telling them, like, hey, this is me. This is what I do on my free time. And that's professional. Like, you're not leading them astray. Um, you don't know what to post? That's a lie. I just gave you about 10 million ideas to post. ChatGPT also will give you 10,000 ideas of what to post. Follow any one of the agents that I have mentioned. They will give you ideas to post. There's just so much happening in this world that there is always something to post. Little tips. Show up even when it feels small. Let people see the human behind the hustle. And big engagement starts with small, honest moments. Um, and then I'm gonna actually go through just a few. I've pulled up Instagram. Um, I'm gonna search for, I'm gonna show you Verche's. I feel like she has a really good, she has this series right here called The Major Key. And she kind of goes through her life. I'll play a little bit of it.
Do another day, another key with yours truly, Verche the Realtor, where I will take you on the day in the life of Another day, another key is my take on another day, another dollar. Because I am not money motivated, but I am key motivated. And a key to me can be anything: time well spent, a valuable lesson learned, a gem dropped, an asset attained, literally anything. Kicked off my day at the office in the North Shore. I have been out of town, so I had to catch up on some emails, update my sales board, and make a few calls. Then went to the Keller Williams team meeting right after that, helped out Cream City Mortgage with some
I'll mute that while the video continues to play. But as you can see, she's kind of hitting on a lot of the topics and suggestions that I talked about. She's going to team meetings, she's showing her client love and appreciation. She's showing all of the places that she goes to in a given day. And it's not that much content. Like each of these clips are maybe 10 seconds of her walking around places, um, the people that she's meeting, the drinks that she's drinking, a great way to plug a new listing, like nothing too major, but just being able to show up and show what you're doing. So I think she does a fantastic job. I don't know how often she posts these. I think they're pretty weekly or bi-weekly. So an easy way to get content out there as well. Yeah, and if you see She's she has oh, I love that she, puts the books that she's reading too. Like I said before, it's also easy for people to connect, like, "Oh, this is a book that I wanna read," um, or, "Oh, can I borrow it from you?" You know? Ways to connect. Who else? Allison Maris. Like I was saying, she does a good job about saving her Instagram stories. um, kind of helpful to get an idea of what she's interested in. From first glance, it seems like she's a pretty outdoorsy person. She loves her animals and she's okay with getting her hands dirty. So, if I was interested in all of her dog stories, if this will load, here we go. It'll be every dog story that she's ever posted from whenever. So, a great way to highlight your stories and continue to reuse them in order to get people to reach out to you. And then, yeah, just being real, like posting pictures with her mother or, just really real, vulnerable things. Let's see. Emily Walzak does a great job as well of doing client reviews. She'll post cute pictures about the home buying experience and quotes. I mean, if you have clients that you really, really connected with, this is a perfect way to highlight them. Like, it's not really about the house. You can kind of see the house in the background, but it's more about Megan and Austin. Obviously, if they're comfortable with it, this is a good way to go. And if not, no need to push it. But if you have clients who really connected with you, this is a fantastic way to do it. And it's not a reel or a story, which is, different forms of content is great to have on your Instagram, just so that people don't think you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Let's do a few more. Um, Jess Annabelle. Um, Again, she just plugging her, she just got made a new team. So really excited for her. And look at all of the love that she's getting just from posting, like, oh my gosh, we have a new team. Like it's not a professional picture. They're just happy and they're just smiling and everybody's connecting with her because it's a big moment. Like share your big moments. We're here for you. We want to see you succeed. And then read the let's see if I think there was I mean obviously reposting stories, but yeah, I'm looking for specifics on behind the scenes. But reposting anything is an easy way to get people on your Instagram story. Let's see if Newbie has anything. Oh, he has nothing on his story right now. He's also really good about sharing his behind the scenes moment. His kid is 4. Look at all of those presents. Like super easy to post. Dog posts, again, I'm a sucker for a furry friend. So easy content ideas. I'm trying to think. Sorry, I didn't look today, but at who was possibly doing. Here we go. Here's another super easy. She's at a coffee shop. Like that's super easy. Not the highest quality picture, but you can see where she is. You can see what she's doing, and it's an easy way to connect. Um, and then lastly, I want to leave you with a little bit of a challenge. I want you to post one behind the scenes moment in the next 2 to 3 days. I'll even suggest that maybe you can start this weekend too, especially if you have an open house or you have a jam-packed schedule. I know the weekends are more the realtor working hours. It could be something simple like your desk or cleaning out your car. It could be something you learned. It could be just a moment from your day. Take a picture of your coffee. There's just do it. Just do it. I can't emphasize this enough that there's so many content ideas out there. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be present, and showing up will make you memorable. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have to touch on today. If anyone has any questions, more than welcome to stick around. Again, I'm going to suggest following all these people, but I'll see y'all. I think next week we're doing AI training with Willis. So I'll see y'all on Thursday.